And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Banished Vault. Where we're trying to get enough... Well, we're about to have enough stasis that we could, in theory, leave here. So now we're going for the bonus goals. Can we get more that we can pass up on systems? Can we get the stuff we need to get the Scriptorum? One of the four items we need to complete the Chronicles done in the system. Can we stockpile fuel, iron, and other resources that will help us accelerate our starts in other systems? That's the questions we're asking at this point in the run. 14 turns before the gloom arrives. And we're here dropping off a lump of elixir. I need 2 alloy. Oops, I don't. Give me my ships back, please. Done. Is the button not working? Nope. Apparently I confused it. Can I... Okay, let me do a quick mini here in return. That'll unstick it. Oh, okay. Yeah, the game's not even letting me leave. One moment. Okay, sorry, YouTube. In theory, hopefully that has fixed it. Zoom. There we go. Ah, I'm trying to do it the wrong way around. I'm trying to drop 2 and not pick up. There we go. So we got the 16 that we need. Oh, I need elixir here, not stasis. I can drop the stasis here. Oh, and I can only put 7 in that slot, or 9 in that slot time. Okay. So you are arguably ready to go. How much do I need to get down there? Okay, so 4 to get there. 1 to land. Am I saving an action if I just go straight there? I save a fuel if I don't go straight there. Okay. So 4 to get there, 1 to land, 1 to take off, so we're looking at 6. And then, okay, so it's the same... No, it's not the same. It's actually 2 more to go from there to there. Or there. 5, 6. Looks like it'll be another 4 to get to our refueling location. Which is 10. Means I need 10, so I need at least a stack. I don't need the whole thing, the whole next stack. And then you wanted to bring along titanium so we can make fuel. Yes. I need 1 piece of titanium to do that. Okay. Yeah, we'll just order that order. Okay. You're on transit. You've got enough to get down there and then get back over there with that much fuel, so we'll just do that. Okay, here we're making methane. I could technically be making water to make the fuel, but we'll make methane right now. We want to make 2 stacks of methane is what I think we want. Which is going to take a while. And then here... here we're on silicon duty. Yeah, here we're on silicon duty. We need to make 2 stacks of silicon. Because I want to make more elixir. I'm going to make another 2 stacks of elixir. And then if we got spare time, everyone will come here and be making stasis before we leave. Okay, that's all the silica you guys want to make. I think with the spare moves we'll have on the next one, because to get them to where they need to drop that silica off, I don't need that many actions. Right. We'll be making fuel. Okay, you're going to want to go back up to orbit. That means I probably want to make enough fuel that you can happily break orbit. Break to orbit. That way we can get up and retrieve the silica. Because this one actually can't land. We don't have a big enough engine. You know, we'll drag up the carbon and water for that, that lift off. Yeah. So we want you to break to orbit. A bit fuel efficient, or a bit fuel expensive. It's costing us 4 to get you to orbit. In the orbit, you can drop carbon, water, pick up the silicon, burn back down to the planet. You have to make more fuel when you're down there. Moment, the important thing is we can now get to production. And then you to... I actually got a wasted extraction here. I didn't need both these people to come along, but they've come. They're here. It says I could actually transferred one of the guys over to the other ship. That probably would have been more efficient. But now we're just going to go back. You need an action. So next turn you can build the thing and then break. Leave orbit. And right now I just got the U stuck on the planet. So I want at least a stack of iron to leave. Might actually want 2 stacks of iron. Stack of titanium wouldn't be a pain either. Start generating titanium then. Or we're going to work out stasis, one of the two. That will help towards that progress anyway. Okay. You hop out. Construct the script worm. A mirage on the horizon drew the settlers from their landing zone. For weeks they traveled, and it never grew closer. Until suddenly, they happened upon a flat plain. The dim sun stood still overhead in the cloudless sky. Okay. We got terrible artifacts here. We'll take one. I need the other actions to get this person to orbit, and I arguably don't have the space for it. One to orbit, and then got a few to get to there. There we go. And then we've got 5 actions here for the moment. So to produce more stasis, I need water, titanium, carbon dioxide. To produce more alloy, I need iron, titanium, and silica. Either way, I need more titanium. Let's produce titanium. Nine turns to go. Okay, the stasis is produced, or no, the elixir is produced and loaded. We're now on making fuel. I now have enough transport capacity here for these guys to leave if I need them to leave. So we got 1 knowledge artifacts, 0, and 0. Okay, so if I want knowledge from the system, it has to come from the place which is 1, which at this point is not happening. So we're going to leave with 1 knowledge. Research will be a bit anemic in the system, but that is what it will be. Do you want more stasis? Or do you want, well, let's try to get another stack of alloys out of the system. And then we'll probably still will try to go for more stacks of stasis if I have time. Time permitting. We want all the things. Question is time permitting. 8 turns remain, or we need to start leaving. Okay, so I think that's the minimum we want before these guys leave this planet. Do I want to bring water back to the ship? We have 7. Oh, I might want to bring some methane along for engines. Yeah, I might want to bring some methane along for engines. I think I'm happy with the 7 water. I think it's the methane for the engines. Here we're looking at stasis and fuel. Although no, I really have enough fuel here. We're looking at getting a lump of alloy, getting our stack of alloy, probably a double stack of stasis if we've got time. Okay. There's the alloy. Stasis is going to require a little bit more water. A lot of CO2 and a lot of titanium. Seven turns remain. Six turns remain. Timer is getting short. Okay, you're gonna hop out, you're gonna spend your 1 action to get that methane, and then you are leaving. Now, these guys don't need to leave straight there. What do I want to produce to take along with us? I need to, or to go where I want to go, I'm going to need to do 2 actions. So I've got 4 actions. We know there's no artifacts here. Let's make some water. And a little bit of extra fuel. Have it break to orbit. Swap engines. Would like to go over there. Can't actually land. I can make it to orbit in one go. Okay. Go through. Let's do that. That way we can hold more stuff off of that body. Meantime, on that body, we're trying to rapidly try to produce stuff. Another stack of stasis is produced. 5 turns to go. This is carbon dioxide, water, and titanium. So we've got the carbon dioxide working the titanium. Okay, we've landed these guys in to bring more workforce in. Okay, you've arrived there. Drop the elixir off. It's gonna take 2 turns out. We're gonna have up to 3 there. Yeah. Four turns remain before the gloom arrives. Okay, second batch of stasis complete. 4 actions left here. What do I want to take back to the ship in addition to the methane and stasis? And the alloy that we made. More iron, more titanium. Iron, titanium, silicon would grant us more options on arrival. Yeah, let's start extracting iron. Iron we're going to need to build whatever we use in the next system, so it's worth making at least a stack of it. 3 turns remain before the gloom arrives, and you can see it's already beginning to affect the sun. We will want more fuel for our leaving. I think the fuel is the highest priority. Let's start making that fuel. Although I don't need much more fuel. Maybe just fill this guy all the way up with fuel. That'll leave us with a little bit surplus for redistribution. Yeah, fill that guy up with fuel. Shipload of the fuel. Back to iron production. Okay, I think we want to take 1 stack of iron. Actually, no, I probably do want 2 stacks of iron. 2 stack of iron, 8 stack of silica. And then if I have time, I'll take some CO2 or water or something. Technically, I could spreadsheet this out ahead of time, but I'll end by the seat of my pants. Two turns before the gloom arrives. Next turn, if possible, I would like to leave, so we're not leaving it to the last moment. Okay, there's the stack of iron. Next is the stack of silica. Yeah, let's get a stack of carbon dioxide as well. Okay, one turn left, but I only have one empty spot and one cargo hold. So we're grabbing, one of these guys is going to pop out, you're going to pop out, you're going to grab a carbon. And we're leaving. Break orbit, or break 2 orbit is 2 fuel. To break orbit back to the vault, 2 more fuel. The rest we worked out aren't really worth breaking it into 2 burns. Yeah, the rest aren't worth breaking into 2 burns. Burn straight there. One last double check to make sure I haven't left anyone behind. 2 on each of those ships. Those are the 4 inactives. That's correct. One turn before the gloom ends, we end the turn. When it started, we lost half our population overnight. Since then, our losses have conformed to a Napierian progression over the course of several lived years. We have transmitted our initial findings, but any further study would be suicide. We have run out of turns. Every turn after this one, the solar system will be slowly consumed. Return all your ships and exiles to the vault and begin hibernation. It reminds us. And it's a good thing we are already doing that. So, we're going to end the turn. It's going to eat the first rung of the system, and we will leave. There goes the first rung. The Scriptorum and the Chronicle remains on the Hallowed Planet. But that's basically all that survives from that situation. Gained 1 knowledge. There we go. It is time. We've brought 36 stasis back. We will consume 16 of it now. Again, once more, into the dim starlight. Our chase has endured for such a time that the void is more comfortable than gravity. Our faith wavers. We have enough stasis to hibernate all our exiles. All our exiles are present in the vault. So, reminders like, hey, do you have enough to do everyone, and do you have everyone here? So we're good to leave. All our exiles will lose 1 faith, which is one reason we were trying to gather a bunch of elixir as well, as that's how we treat that problem. And we don't have enough knowledge to pick any of these up, so I'm not even going to bother reading them. You could pause and read them yourself if you're interested. Feavwet. A former colony preparing to form an outpost on the surface below cut short. An unknown beacon has been identified in this system. So this system has more rungs than the last. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We do have a hallowed planet here, although it is behind a hazard. A potentially quite dangerous hazard. 1 to 4 ship damage, strength 6. Our ships have 5 condition, so as long as we think we can, on average, make it 50-50, we can push through that. So one option that I'm thinking of doing is we take a guy who's 5 here, and we go put him in the chapel. That's going to cost 6 elixir, which is quite expensive, but it will bring him up to 6. So that means we'll be rolling 6 die, of which rolling a 6 on any of the 6 will result in a success passing the strong magnetic field here. We then, maybe potentially by arrangement via stopping at one of the other locations along the way, try to have him make the run all the way down here. Do the energy calculator. So they 115 energy efficiency on mass ship 2. How much do I need to make a 31 length burn? Arguably twice. 29. Okay, so we can't do that in a single burn. We'll have to stop along the way. We're not that efficient with that drive. Because we've got... Technically I could do the burn down, right? Because that'd be... We'd have up to... 45? No. 36. 36 fuel we'd have in... we could put up a 36 fuel on the bottom here. So that would leave us with 7. So we'd have to be able to get back up to a fuel source in 7. It may be more worthwhile to do a really small burn and intentionally stop earlier to bring the things shorter, right? So we could do 2, 3, 4, 5. That would reduce the burn length by 4, meaning we'd only need 27. That might be 19. Let's assume it's... No, actually, that's probably 19, yeah. 19 units of fuel. So that's significant. Because that's taking us from 23 to 19. For the cost of fuel. Going 5 cost of 2 fuel. With that drive. So it saves us 2 fuel taking a stop over in the middle. Yeah, and we can do a couple of stops over like that. So we'd have to math it out. We don't actually need to math it out right now. Because we think we're going to do that. In the meantime, what else do I need in the system? We've got enough elixir, enough alloy to be bum rushing each of the hallowed planets in each system we come to. So what we're really looking for is more stasis. We'd like more elixir. We're not desperate for more elixir, but we'd like more elixir. We've got enough that we can just leave if we needed to. And fuel so we can move around the system. So, stasis is water, titanium, carbon. Do I have any convenient places where we can do titanium, water, carbon again? Titanium, water, carbon. So that would be potentially an option. It may be big enough to do it. We do have carbon orbit, so we don't necessarily need carbon on the location. We can do it in orbit. There's no iron there, so we'd have to bring all the iron along. Answers are pretty low in here. Energy is also pretty low. It's only a 2 action point rung. Okay, we got a different... We can stop there for water, we can stop there for water. We were thinking about there. Although, if I'm trying to do the stasis production, we might not have space to do both water and stasis there if I need to do all the extraction. And then we can do water there. Everything that permits. So water, we got lots of options. Or water into fuel, we got lots of options. Elixir is silica, methane. Any convenient place to do silica and methane. Silica and methane. So that's the only place. Again, it's pretty expensive in... Dustfield is lose faith transiting. That wouldn't be too bad or too risky. And it's a 4-up, so 4-up on 4 dice is pretty reliable. That's better than trying to go into the Well, that's also just illusional actions. That's a really safe one to do. Okay. And then we don't know about the other hazards. Because we haven't explored them. Okay. So I'm thinking the cargo ship wants to do something like go there. With the hopes that we can make water on arrival to make more fuel. We might send one of the smaller ones ahead to go here to see if we can make water there and still do the stasis field. Down here is where we'd make elixir, or no. Yes, down here is where we'd make elixir. In theory, we could make all that in the same spot. And then for the trip all the way down... the problem with going all the way down, I just realized the math there, is I also need to bring enough inventory along to do the scriptor. Alright, so we need to bring at least that along, so we've only got 2 stacks of fuel on board. And needless to say, 2 stacks of fuel does not get us very far. So we physically could not burn all the way down in one go. We will have to stop for fuel along the way. Oh, and this stasis producer is going to require some alloy as well. I think we're going to send one of the small ones ahead. Send it along with alloy. It only needs 1 for the stasis producer, so we'll send it with 1 alloy. Iron, titanium. You're going to a place with no iron or titanium. Oh no, it has titanium, it doesn't have any iron. So we should bring iron along. How much do I need to get an iron mine? 3, we'll say 4. So this one we'll probably send over here to start with. Grab 4 iron. And we'll up that to 2 stacks of fuel. That way we can make more iron, in case we need more iron in the system. You who are going to go there, bring a stack of iron along. How much do I actually need to get everything done there? So it would be carbon, titanium, silica. I'm saying carbon, it's CO2. So 2, 5, 6, plus 7 for the stasis producer. Technically don't need to bring the titanium along because we can mine it when we get there. And we'd want to do the fuel producer, so 8. And we might need resource extractor 1, so 9. Yeah, I think it's going to be 9 even. Okay, let's assume that that works. So that works. That works for there. Cargo ship. Yeah, we're not going to save any fuel if we stop, so we're gonna burn straight there. You're going to want iron on arrival, because you're going to want the water maker. There probably will be 1 titanium there. I think you basically want to take the rest of the iron along. Which does mean we've basically committed all the iron. There should be 1 titanium there for making the fuel extractor, the fuel producer. So basically, water, fuel, that's really all we're going there for, is water and fuel. Getting there, we worked out, is 3 fuel. Oh no, I gotta do 2 over because I'm gonna have to stop the swamp engines. Unless we run the more fuel efficient engine. Yeah, and then okay, doing the swap over will save this fuel because we have to do an engine swap. Fair enough. Okay. And we're hoping this guy can then sort of stop in and pick up fuel and water as he goes. Or pick up fuel as he goes. Because we need half his inventory assigned to the alloy and the elixir to get to planetfall. And then we want him to have enough fuel to get back. It's going to be the struggle there. Yeah, everywhere we're going, I don't think I need carbon. I don't think I need silica. I don't think I need methane. Don't think we need water because we're going to get it where we're going. Could bring titanium along. But the places that we're going first should have titanium. Okay, so let's load the crew up on the expeditionary group stuff. So what's going to break me the most if I don't have high success on dice rolls? The iron, the first order. Yeah. Okay, so the cargo ship, which is going there, wants one of the 4. That ship that's going to get iron wants the other 4. Once we're there, once we've overcome whatever the hazard is, the 1 can come as the backup on you. The 2s can be your backup, and we can send the double 3 to the next spot. Okay. Let's commit to this. And then you're in the chapel, so you'll gain 1 resolve. Okay, what information did we glean? So there are no hazards here. Addle. Good. So we load the ship up with iron. Yeah, we start preparations for loading it up iron. You want to swap engines and land. There are hazards on that planet. What's about the orbit? Nothing interesting about the orbit. Either the orbits we've reached. Idea of the orbits we've reached. Were there any artifacts in the small place? 1 10 knowledge artifact. That will be worth retrieving. What is the hazard we're looking at here? Lose all actions. Annoying, but we can work with that. It's not even lose all resources, it's lose all actions. Okay. And there's enough space down here, I think I can work around it. If I need to. What did I want here? I wanted fuel production. We may fall back and do titanium mining here as well. Don't think I need that right now. Okay, so we can build the fuel extractor. And we actually have enough titanium, or enough iron to build the titanium harvester as well. Yeah. So we can get titanium here, we can get water here, we can get fuel here. More importantly, fuel. So our guys can come in and do stuff. This guy can make a transit over there and refuel. In fact, we will start having him leave with the understanding that he can go there to get fuel. So you can fly there, get 3 fuel. And potentially help with making more fuel while he's there. Let's commit him. That's everyone committed. No artifacts in that orbit. Oh, I forgot to check. Are there any artifacts on this planet? No. Okay, no hazards here. Convenient. I can't get both silicon and titanium here. I will have to pick carbons in the atmosphere. We were here for what? Water, titanium, carbon. I was here for stasis, so I can make do with there being no silicon. Yeah, I can make do with there being no silica. That works. That works. Okay. Make do with there no silica. There's silica on the place with millions. That's real fine. Okay. One, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we have enough iron. I can get all those built. It's just a matter of actions. Okay. I don't have enough titanium. We'll have to mine some more titanium. So let's put the titanium extractor first, because apparently that's what we need. Okay. And here we're mining iron, because we're just going to need more iron. Because we literally used up all our reserve iron already, and in fact I need more for farther in the system. And I kind of want to do water extraction there. How I'm going to do that? Different question. Okay, you're ready to burn out to the next location. Do I burn straight there to pick up fuel? Yes. Now the bigger question is, do I want to stop there, or do I want to try to go all the way down? That is a good question. Not sure I have an answer for that yet. Now is maybe the turn I need to figure that answer out. Oh, I need more titanium. And now we have the resources to make that. Okay. So as far as the transit down there, it's 22 there. Which the ship would not have enough to do there and back again. Although that's probably a long enough burn that it would be worth breaking into 2. So we can do 3 to there. That leaves us with... Apparently most of the burn is in this bit. 5, 10, 15. So that would be 9. Okay, so we'd have enough to go there and back. And then to come down here... So it's 15 to there. 19. $27. Oof. Oh, dear. Yeah. Grab that ship again. So you're 34. Can I do 34 with that ship? With 18 to fuel. Okay, no, so I have to stop somewhere between here and there. I have to, because we just can't carry that much fuel. We've got 26. So yeah, we're gonna have to stop here. Which means I need to bring enough materials along through the dust field to build a fuel refinery there. So that's what we're working on, getting fuel refinery materials. So that means that's what these guys are doing. These guys are getting ready to go run the dust cloud, get down there, build a fuel refinery. If we can do that, we can get in here and build the skip door. Get back up there, build fuel. Although then the question is, actually, is that actually saving us any? Because of how much we're going in. 8, 11, 15, 22. So that's the 22. 27, 28, 30, 4. I could just try to break it up into multiple jumps. 8, 11, 15, 22, 24. Oh, there isn't much space in here to save fuel by breaking into multiple jumps. That's the problem I'm running into. Yeah. Isn't much. I might have to actually send 2 ships down to have the fuel and the ability to land. Either way, I think that's a 2, 4, 6, 7, 12. 2, 5, 9, 10. So actually sending up a water refinery here is only gonna save us 2 fuel, or 2 energy over coming over here. Yeah, there's less transit, but it's not really saving us much. Because this is expensive, and this is expensive. What's going on there? Although we're planning on coming down here anyway for the methane. Methane carbon. And the methane carbon I needed for the elixir. I can make do without the elixir. But we want to go down there anyway for it. Okay, we're going to cycle the turn anyway. Turn 26. Here where we're making iron, we still want that full stack of iron. 2 stacks of iron. which means we need another turn of extracting there. Here we're making fuel. So to do a fuel refinery, what I really want is water and fuel producer. So I need a stack of iron, a stack of titanium for the transit. Well, technically there's titanium down there, so I could probably go without any titanium if I just bring a lot of iron. Yeah, I could get away with no titanium if I just bring enough iron. That's what we'll do. We'll just bring a bunch of iron. The elixir producer needs titanium, but we can get that down there. We'll probably want to bring the cargo ship as well. Although the cargo ship to do that will want more fuel. I think we're going to stack you up to 4 stacks of fuel for the transit. And you'll want to go pick up fuel on the next turn. Okay. Here we're also making fuel. And obviously making the stasis producer. Okay, so you've got the fuel for yourself to go, if you want to go first to explore. Next turn, we might have that one head ahead to do exploration. It should be able to safely get through the 4, stop here, see what this is, land on the thing. See if it's viable for making water. First burn up to there. And then we think we can burn into there. 6 fuel. It's gonna be tight. Okay, so we'll know in 2 turns whether or not it's gonna be viable to get water and titanium from there. Okay, maybe not action point efficient to do that, but... Or, it's action point efficient, maybe not fuel efficient. I might be able to save 1 fuel by stopping somewhere in the middle, but we're going straight to a fuel refinery. So away they go. These ones, in the meantime, need more fuel. Do you want to take the artifact and the titanium back? I might want to take the iron artifact and the titanium back. Okay. We haven't extracted the artifact yet, but... Yeah, we'll get this thing full of fuel. We'll go extract the artifact, we'll take... and extract a stack of iron. We'll drop a stack of iron and titanium off. Oh no, I've got 6. Well, we've already got the titanium extracted, so we're going to take that with it. The question is, do I go get iron before dropping off the artifact? I think the answer is yes. So we're going to use these two. We're going to get the artifact, we're going to get the stack of iron back to the Ruger Vault, and then we'll figure out where they're going at that point. Okay, I might actually hand their fuel off to the people traveling past them, but we'll see. Yeah, I think they want these guys going with the iron, so I think I want to give them more fuel. There we go. So they're on their way. Here we've got those guys and these guys got 2 actions each. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have these guys focusing on trying to get 2 stacks of stasis going, which is more water to start. Some of that might get turned into fuel in the next turn, we'll see. Okay, technically that's more fuel than I need. Although we're going to spend the 2 extra in that stack, just get into orbit. And we're going to go over there. We can swap to the fuel engine, which will get us there on 1 fuel. And then we drop you to grab the artifact. And then we'll spend the next turn and a bit of the turn after that getting the iron on board. Okay. It's going to be the interventional turn. Figure out what's down here. We've got to resolve hazard. We've got a 98% chance of success, so should be successful. Success. So what is the hover blue of this orbit? There is an engine here. There is fuel here. There is titanium here. That is all in orbit. We'll take the fuel, I'll leave the engine, and I'll leave the titanium behind. For now. And then we will land and see what the landing state is. Okay, so we need a deep extractor to get the water up. Okay, so I can either have the titanium, or I can have fuel production. Can't have both. If I want them on the same planet, and I kind of do. Right, I kind of do. Think we got enough? That's a question. So there was... Oh, there was titanium in orbit too, wasn't there? 6 titanium in orbit. Okay. I think the titanium orbit means we don't need to mine titanium down here. We'll be fine. And then we'll put the harvester for water, and then we'll have space for the fuel maker, so we can make fuel here. Okay. Oh, were there any artifacts on the ground? There is one 20 knowledge worth artifact. It would be nice to recover that. Get our pilot back on the ship, please. And we're going to still continue processing here. Would be nice to get 2 batches of stasis. Just going to take a while to produce with only 4 action points a turn. And once again, I think we're at a point where we want to make a part break here. So if you're watching on YouTube, we've still got the struggle of how are we going to safely get down here. Right? 32 fuel is beyond our launch range. At least for a unidirection, or there and back again. We could get there. No, we can't even get there. We get the 18 fuel, that gives us 26 energy. 26 energy is not enough to get there. We're looking at 32. So I have to break it into multiple jumps. So we got an 8. Okay, so we could spend 2 getting there. That's 9, 11. Is it 2 getting there? No, 7.9, which is below the line. Okay, it's 3 getting there. So it's 3 getting there. Then we need 11. Oh, 11. 4 plus 7, 13. 8. Three's pretty easy. Yeah, 3 we can do for 1. And then it is 8 to land, which is another 3. So we're looking 3, 8. So 3 plus 5 to make 8 plus 3. Or no, 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 3. 3 plus 5 plus 1. So that's 9. 3 to land, 3 to take off. Okay. That's going to make it tight. We can make that work. What I will need to do is I'll have to have a refueling ship here to refuel from. Which we think we can do. I think we can do that. So these guys will have to leave iron behind here so they can fill up fully with fuel to rendezvous with them there. Okay, we can make that work. Make that work. That will be in the next one if the plans go according to the plan. Watching on YouTube, we're going to see if we can actually make that happen in the next one. That'll be your episode for tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here so I can finish off this cup of tea. And I'm going to go replace it with a can of soda, and then we will be back to record the next one. So until the next one, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream. Bye for now.